the older brother or sister, make sure that you speak English at home to the kid, because the kid's just going to fall further and further behind in his learning. If all you're going to do is teach them to talk Spanish at home or French, most of the time it's Spanish, they're never going to learn English.
Look at me.
Well, you don't know anything.
I come from an ignorant family. I mean, immigrant family.
Well, let's face it. The truth is, in essence, we're all immigrant families. We all come from immigrant families.
Yeah, but I was not born in the U.S. of A.
Do you have a green card?
No. But I used to have a green card.
You took your citizenship test.
Yes. But luckily, at the age I took at 14, you didn't have to know as much.
There wasn't that much history to know.
Yep.
Actually, I took those tests online. I got all of them right.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, you make an exemplary citizen. But that's
exemplary.
Oh, see, I'm an immigrant. What do you expect? But these are the things that I would do, and you slowly integrate the people into the population. You can't have them live. I mean, it happens in New York. I know. You go into Jamaica, and there are a large population of illegal Guyanese. You have a 3-family house, 20 people live there.
Yeah, I know.
I know some of them. Nice people, but they're always afraid of INS. They're always
afraid of when somebody's knocking on the door.
They collect a lot of social services, especially in New York. New York is extremely, extremely lenient. And the worst part of it is they work also off the books and they make money.
Yeah.
A lot of them do house cleaning, gardening, a lot of the, lower paying wages. But between that and your welfare and your food stamps and your free medical, you're doing pretty well.
Can't argue with you there.
Also it's happening in Freeport somewhat.
I know.
Now, I have a woman that she's not illegal. In Freeport, she does the house cleaning. She pays $2,000 a month rent.
Okay, so what's wrong with that?
How does she pay to not kind of a salary? Welfare? Food stamps?
Now, if she's on welfare, then she's paying a reduced rent. All right?
They don't pay reduced rent. I think they got like...
It's like Section 8, isn't it? Or whatever?
No,
Section 8 housing?
You can't get Section 8 when you got 8 or 10 people living in the house illegally.
Well, it only takes one person to get Section 8. Then they move in afterwards.
All I know is they pay $2,000 a month. Husband is unemployed. Wife works. And then got like 3 other families living in the house.
Yeah, so each family pays $500.
They have no checking accounts.
Yeah, there's no paper trail.
No, nothing at all. They have no credit. Nothing. They just have their, what is it called, a SNAP? Is that what it's called? Their food stamps, free medical, and all that. I mean, I'll go even further. I know people who make salaries of $50,000, $60,000 a year and get SNAP and welfare.
I don't know how they do that.
Why? Because welfare doesn't check anything. If you applied for welfare when you had no money and then you got a job, nobody ever checks up or follows up on it. All you do every year is nothing's changed. And that's it. And you do very well for yourself. And the medical plans they have now for welfare people are pretty decent. They're Obama.
Look, either way, they don't have to pay a cent, you know.
They're better than Obamacare, these welfare plans. So, all this talking does not make me a conservative or a Republican or Democrat. I don't know. I don't agree with anybody anymore about anything. I guess that makes me an independent. With leanings towards the left and the right. But I will say one thing. Definitely when it comes to social values, I am definitely to the left. I'm a liberal. I can't.
Well, when it comes to the monetary part of it, you're a conservative.
I am, yeah. I am more conservative. I consider myself more of a realist.
And I am a dreamer.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be a dreamer. But imagine now.
George Bernard Shaw.
Now.
Can I finish my quote?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
When Teddy Kennedy eulogized his brother Robert, he quoted from George Bernard Shaw when he said, "Some men see things as they are and say, why? I dream things that never were and say, why not?"
It's true.
And that's how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, look at you, who I would say is, even though you don't agree with it, are living relatively comfortable. You have 2 new cars. You have a house. You don't work. You have a retirement plan. You collect Social Security. Would you agree about all that?
Yeah.
Now, if you were in...
I wouldn't say I'm comfortable. I'm paying my bills. That's what I would say.
Yeah, but
it's expensive living in New York.
Yeah. But if you were in Europe, more than you'd probably be getting 1/3 of what you're getting now in wages.
Well, I'd be paying a lot more in taxes, but I would be getting a lot more services for free.
What other services would you be getting that you don't get now?
Medical.
But you pay for it, and you're getting a discount in medical.
Discounted, but in Europe, it's part of their taxes. They don't have to pay it all. You know, a woman on maternity can have a nurse for free for 2 weeks.
And they get paid. They get paid leave.
Yeah, and then the people husband and wife get paid leave.
Yeah, but they pay 70-80% in taxes.
I know what they pay in taxes. I said that. You know, you didn't hear. I said that already. I know.
And you wouldn't be able to have 2 cars the way you do. You'd have 2 little. You'd have 2 little motorbikes, or half of a smart car or something, because over there smart cars are large.
Yeah.
You know, and you'd be paying $6.
You have a little Vespa.
You'd be paying,
$6 a gallon in gas.
$6 a liter, not a gallon.
Right, liters.
So you think about it.
But people do it.
And they live. Yeah,
and they live.
They live. And their homes, the rooms, their apartments are so small. I mean, I have a friend of mine who came from Poland, and a few people, actually, friends that came from Poland, they moved here, and they continued, even though they have money, and he does have money, he does, by our standards, he does fairly well.
What did he do? He kept his apartment in Poland?
Lower middle class, I guess you'd call him, working middle class, lower working, but he does okay, and he rents an apartment in not the best neighborhood. Doesn't pay a lot as much rent as you and I would. We wouldn't want to live where he lives, but he's happy with it. He has only 1 bedroom, and he has 2 kids, and that's the way he was raised, so he's happy with it.
Oh, he and his wife sleep in the living room, and the kids sleep in the bedroom.
No, the other way around.
Really?
Yeah, the kid. But everybody's happy. The kids are going to college now, and I've known him for 15 years, 20 years. He's still living in the same place. He goes on vacation, which Europeans do more than we do.
They go on holiday.
Okay, well, he goes on holiday quite often. Every couple of months you see pictures of him somewhere else in holiday. You go, and you go to his house. He says, "My God, how did they live like that?" But when they tell you how many people there are, but when you come to visit them, everything is cleaned out. The house is, the living room is spotless. Dining room area is spotless. You sit, you don't even realize that that's where people also sleep or at night. They put everything away, and they're used to that. Same thing when I was in Israel. Everything's smaller. People are used to that. They don't mind it. Here, we're spoiled. Everything is large and spacious, and
including the people.
Including the people. They say the best diet in the world right now is the Mediterranean diet.
Which is?
Mediterranean diet is a lot of salads, a lot of olive oil, a lot of fiber, a lot of fish, and very little beef, some lean meats, and that's it. And that could be Turkish, Greek, Lebanese. They all have. Everybody in the Middle East eats hummus, which is chickpeas, ground chickpeas, which has a lot of fiber, and that's like me. And I'll have a pizza instead. And now all of a sudden, I'm going to give a plug to somebody. McDonald's now serves breakfast all day long.
I know.
And for the first time, probably in 20 years, if not longer, because of my wife, I've been going to McDonald's and getting McDonald's breakfast about 12 o'clock. I've had an Egg McMuffin. I've had a McMuffin with sausage with an egg, and I bought my wife pancakes.
A McGriddle, you mean?
From McDonald's.
A McGriddle is a...
No, not a McGriddle. McGriddle is too sweet. I don't like it. And I bought my wife pancakes and brought it to the hospital. By the way, I don't know if I announced it, or I don't know if it's an announcement, but my wife was back in the hospital on Tuesday evening. Last Tuesday,
you mentioned it on Friday.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, just to give you an update, she is getting better, but I'm also finding out, which nobody really said, how critically ill she was when she was put into the hospital.
What, last week?
Yeah, they said she was very critical. She had a severe, and they keep saying severe infection in her kidneys, causing them to stop working. And they've give her antibiotics. They had to put a stent in one of her kidneys, and which is surgery, but the surgeon couldn't install another stent in. But luckily, the one that they put a stent was a worse shape, the kidney, so it seems to be getting better, and my wife seems to be getting better. So I want to thank a lot of people who have been supporting us, and